Friends, anatomy of the mind is followed by the physiology of mind, which is followed by the management of mind, which is followed by the silencing of mind. What are the benefits when we learn to silence the mind? We feel fresh always. When we wake up from the bed in the morning, we feel fresh because mind has been silenced. Whole night, the mind was at rest, body was at rest. Therefore, early in the morning when we wake up, the restful mind feels the freshness. All the 24 hours, if we practice this silencing of mind at least twice a day, each time at least 5 minutes a day, we will be in a position to feel the freshness. People looking at your face feel the freshness. We feel fresh when we look at the picture of Sri Ram. When we look at the photograph of Sri Krishna, they are always fresh. They are always calm. They are always tranquil and serene. Therefore, the freshness not only do we feel, we give that freshness to others. An administrator has to maintain this freshness. Else, he will be tossed about on the pace of opposites. He may be furious, he may get irritated. All these psychic aberrations can be avoided if we practice this silencing of the mind in the mornings and in the evenings, at least for 2 minutes. Whole day we feel fresh, point number 1. 2, any work we take up, we will be in a better position to do it efficiently. The silenced mind gains in strength, gains in concentration. When it is fully concentrated, it would be in a position to absorb the work nature, and it would be in a position to deliver goods properly. Third, we will have excellent memory. Students will be in a position to remember the subjects much better. These are the major 3 benefits. 1 is freshness. Number 2 is concerted, concentrated effort to deliver the goods peacefully. And the third one is excellent memory. We can go on listing out. Mind becomes highly resourceful, capable of solving the problems, ready wit, quick repartee. All these benefits we get. The simple technique is to observe the mind. That is how we silence the mind. If we are unable to silence the mind, at least we should learn the art of engaging the mind. Either gauge at it. Gauging means looking at it continuously. When you continuously look at the mind, it does not misbehave. Just as the snake keeps quiet, or the dog keeps quiet, or the student does not copy, he or she or the object is to be looked at. That constant looking at is called gauging. If we are unable to gauge at the snake-like mind, dog-like mind, monkey-like mind, child-like mind, mischievous mind, thief-like mind, we must at least be in a position to engage the mind profitably. Very often, if we are unable to engage the mind, it will eat us. How does it eat us? With worries. We have the proverb, an idle man's mind is a devil's workshop. Either you engage it or it will eat you away. Many people feel constantly worried because they are unable to silence the mind, they are unable to engage the mind. Similarly, very often we find people depressed because they are unable to silence the mind, they are unable to engage the mind. Two problems we face when we are unable to get the mastery over the mind, either by silencing it or by engaging it. The major troubles are depression, number one, worry or stress, number two. To be free from worries and stresses, to be free from depression and dejection, we should be in a position to do either of silencing the mind or of engaging the mind. It seems, once upon a time, a fellow wanted a good servant who can do all activities instructed by him. At the command, the servant should be carry out the instructions very meticulously. He was unable to get a good servant. He meditated on Brahman, he did tapasya. Chaturmukha Brahma, God, appeared in front of him. What do you want, my boy? I want a good servant. What type of servant? The moment I complete the order, the servant should complete the action. Then Brahma said, very good, I shall give you a mighty demon-like person. He will carry out all your instructions the moment you complete the sentence. He will complete the work, but the one thing is, you should always engage him. If you are unable to utilize his services, he will eat you away. Be careful. I can give hundreds of instructions, don't worry. I can manage any servant. Immediately a huge demon came. Master, what shall I do? Immediately he gave the order, there must be a spacious, beautiful bungalow. And the next second, there is a beautiful bungalow. Mister, I want most delicious food. In seconds, food, dining table, everything was ready. You useless fellow, I should have a beautiful girl to serve the food. He waved the hand and immediately there was an excellent, beautiful damsel. And instruction after instruction is being given. They are all being carried out. The fellow does not have time to eat. Food is ready. Girl is ready. Bungalow is ready. AC is ready. Everything is ready. But he is unable to use them. He is unable to enjoy them. Most people are like that. We have everything. We cannot enjoy it. I have a house. I cannot enjoy the house. I have a wife. I cannot enjoy her companionship. We have the food. We cannot have a taste of it because we are worried. How to engage the mind? If it is not engaged, it will eat you away. The master looked at the demon, and in the street he found a dog. Hey demon, yes sir. See, there is a dog. Yes. It has a tail. Yes. It is curved. Yes. Straighten it. The devil went there. The tail was caught and the dog started barking. it should not bark and you should not hit it. So he had to gently hold it. When the holding is light, the tail was curled back. When he held it tight, it was barking. And the master said, tighten it, tighten it. Don't let it loose, it should not bark, and the tail should be long, it should not get curled. This story is narrated by Swami Vivekananda. The entire world is like a dog's tail. We go on correcting it, and it gets curled. Any system you introduce, man has the art of spoiling it. Capitalism, we spoil it. Communism, we spoil it. Socialism, we spoil it. Democracy, we corrupt it. Any system, Shatakoti, Daridra Anantakoti Upai. Everywhere we are the masters of spoiling any system. In the best system also will be made bad by a bad person. What we require is a good system and a good person. System should be good, person also should be good, and then the functioning will be better. But unfortunately the people do not have that attitude, and any system given to a foul person is ruined, spoiled. Democracy is an excellent system, provided people also are good. Now we engage the mind. Similarly, in our day-to-day life, short-term goals, long-term goals, self-imposed discipline, engage the mind, which is a devil. And how are we to engage the devil? Till 8 o'clock, I speak in Mangal Mandir, short-term goal. As soon as I go home, I allot 10 minutes or 8 minutes for the breakfast. And then immediately take the pen and paper, complete this article. And then immediately after another half an hour, take another class. You try to give work after work, assignment after assignment, so that the devil mind is engaged. There is no scope for worry. There is no tension. People say work after work you are giving, then there will be tension. It is self-imposed. If the work requires 10 minutes, within the 10 minutes you try to do such work which does not give you strain, stress, worry, which you have taste in, that you impose. I like practice of music, do it interestingly. Hobbies, service. There are so many activities physically, there are so many activities psychologically. These things, when we impose on ourselves, there are two levels, short-term goals, long-term goals. In my life, I should have Bhagavad Sakshatkara, self-realization, God realization. This is one long-term goal. I must become the President of India, long-term goal. I should be the king of the entire universe, long-term goal. Brahmadipatyam, Indradipatyam, I must be in a position to get, long-term goal. Short-term goal within these 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Those people who give assignments to themselves will not be stressed. You arrange the time in such a way that it does not give you stress. This is engaging the mind. Either you silence the mind. If you are unable to silence the mind, engage the devil. You have to silence the mischievous mind. You have to engage the devilish mind. Profitably we can engage. That also I am unable to do, sir. I am unable to engage the mind. I cannot write articles. I cannot practice music. I cannot draw pictures. I am unable to engage myself profitably, usefully, beneficially. Therefore, I would like to do something else. Is there a way? Mind is in our hands. Imagine sublimation of the mind. There is a suppression of the mind, there is a sublimation of the mind. By the real force, if you press the mind under your shoes, it will be waiting for an opportunity to bite you. Ravana suppressed the mind when he did tapasya. The moment the tapas was over, the snake started biting him. If you keep the snake under your foot for a long time, it gets struggled. It is pained. The moment your foot is a little loose, take the foot out, the snake bites. And though that snake is a six-hooded snake, Kama, Krodha, Loha, Moha, Mada, Vatsarya. The six enemies, the six vices, the six evils, the six devils, the six poisons, they bite you. Ravana was bitten by that snake of Kama. He pressed it under his foot for a long time when he did tapasya to win the favor of Lord Shiva. But later, it started springing up and it has given him the sting and the poor fellow had to die. Suppression is dangerous. When you press the spring down, it will come up again when the strength is weak, lose it. Suppression is only sublimation. Sublimation is divinizing the mind. My mind, my servant, and it should obey me. It is one of the ways to manage the mind. Sri Ramakrishna followed it. Ramana Maharshi suggested silencing the mind by my observation. Sri Ramakrishna suggested you do the sublimation of the senses, sublimation of the psyche. How, sir? Close your eyes and then we feel Lord Krishna. You look at his lips, beautiful lips. The entire body is bluish. His lips are rosy, and when he opens the lips, I find the white pearl-like teeth, half an inch above. What a beautiful, sharp tip of the nose, and it is so fragrant. It is like something of flower. A little above, you just see the eyes. Two on either side, like two lotuses, and the bow-like eyebrows, and the hair. Just imagine Lord Krishna, or Jesus, or any god, or your wife. Sometimes you may get scared the moment we imagine the wife or husband. Therefore, better we go to the unknown people. Shiva does not harm us. Krishna does not trouble us. Durga does not disturb us. And so, if you think of your wife, sometimes she may cause worry, husband may disturb. Therefore, the known figures avoid. Sri Ramakrishna was always imagining Goddess Kali. Wherever he saw any natural scenic beauty, his mind was elated into ecstasy. It went into ecstatic raptures of enjoyment. One day, he saw the sky clouded, dark clouds, and then just beneath them, he found white cranes in a large group flying. Looking at that, he was able to feel the presence of Lord Vishnu in the dark black sea, Samudra. And then the white Vishnu, constant connection of ideas. Whenever you look at a worldly thing, get the mind elevated, shifted, transferred to a divine thing. That is a sublimation of senses. It was a Shivaratri day in the village of Sri Ramakrishna. In India, on a particular day in the year, it was given to the worship of Lord Shiva. The whole night, they don't sleep. And the whole night somehow they engage themselves to keep awake. Divine engagement, that day they had the drama, S-VYASA, the sport of Lord Shiva. All the people were present, spectators, the drama troupe arrived, and then the man who was to play the role of Lord Shiva was drunk. The fellow slept like a log. The manager, director of the troupe tried to wake him up. The fellow was not able to get up. Then they were searching for another handsome man to play the role of Lord Shiva. Sri Ramakrishna was then very young, very handsome, very much devoted to God. Therefore, the drama troupe director went to Sri Ramakrishna, "Sir, our Shiva person who has to play the role of Lord Shiva is drunk. Why don't you come and play the role of Lord Shiva?" "Sir, I am not an actor. I cannot deliver the goods. I cannot deliver the speech." No, there is no speech. You are only to sit with a benevolent hand giving abhayahasta and the assurance hand providing prosperity, etc. Sri Ramakrishna was invited. He was given the makeup of Lord Shiva. They brought a wig. They placed it. Sri Ramakrishna closed his eyes. Now he was imagining Lord Shiva with the wig. And then there was a projection here. Over that they brought the face of a beautiful woman, Ganga. They fixed it. He was looking at Lord Shiva's image in the mind, and there was Ganga on the head. After some time, they brought a tiger skin and put it round his loins. Sacred ash was being besmeared all over his body. When he had the touch of that vibhuti, sacred ash, he was entering into an ecstatic state of divine consciousness, association of ideas. Take the mind to a higher level. Take the mind to sublimate itself, divinize itself. Everything, looking at the listeners, I can imagine them to be the devas. There are girls sitting in front of me, Lakshmis, Saraswatis, Parvatis. There are men sitting in front of me, Shivas, Vishnus, Kartikeyas, Vigneshwaras. Instead of thinking that the spectators are devils, why can't I think that the spectators are divine? Sri Ramakrishna had that association of ideas. He started divinizing the mind, divinizing the imagination. When the sacred ash was being besmeared, applied all over the body, he was mentally going to Shiva. Half closed eyes, he was a little moving, trance state, chin mudra he has got. This type or this type, divine mudras, and the drama troupe people, what is this man? They tried to bring him to normalcy. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya they were doing. All the audiences they came, they surrounded him, and everybody was doing Om Namah Shivaya Japam. The whole night they spent in doing the worship of Lord Shiva. It is a real Sivaratri. He who divinizes the mind, divinizes the world. Looking at that divine personality, we feel like touching his feet. They don't demand respect, they command respect. The sum total of the talk is, you must be in a position to silence the mind at least twice a day so that you can feel the freshness of it, concentration, and the very good ability to memorize or remember. Everything will be very, very auspicious, freshness. And if you are able to engage, it is the excellent servant. You will be free from depression, boredom, stress, etc., self-imposed scientific discipline. And the third one is sublimation, which is followed by Sri Ramakrishna. Whichever is convenient to you, feasible to us, we shall try to follow. The main purpose is we should be peaceful, we should be cheerful, we should feel that freshness. May we all, by the grace of God Almighty, enjoy the benefits of the mind. Mind is a source of menace, mind is a source of merriment, mind is a source of peace. Let us try to be benefited by the mind. Let us try to enjoy the peacefulness of mind. Let us meditate. Let us try to make use of the mind